Hello and welcome to hammackj's journey. Today we're going to be working on getting to a level 65. So we are currently 60 and our goal is to get to 65. Now we're going to pick a random zone here in a second, but I decided on some stuff I want to spend some Goudas on. So we'll go ahead and claim them here. We cannot wear all of them yet, but we'll go ahead and talk about it here. So the first thing I bought is the Tunats Muammar chestplate of agony. I bought it from some random guy in the bazaar for about 200,000 platinum. Based on like looking around, like at 65, this is gonna be one of the best breastplates we can use. 105 AC, 300 HP. 50 attack, so definitely worth a Gouda, so we're gonna claim that one. And then in one of my other characters, I had the legs from somewhere, so I'm gonna claim that. That's 2. I mean, this is huge upgrades, right? These are Gates of Discord raid, in-game raid armor, right? So these are where it is. Then like we don't have a good haste item, right? We got this simple combat belt, right? And I was like, I was going through all my characters, right? And this guy had one, and I was like, you know what? I'll take my silver bracelet of speed and replace one of these. I think the Dragon Hero bracer is what I was going to replace, and that'll give us 41% haste. That way we can change our tribute from haste to something else, and so it kind of opens up some options. So that's worth another Gouda. And then this one, we're not going to be able to use it right away. I'm going to put it in my bank with some other stuff, but we're going to go ahead and claim it for when we do get to level 70. I believe Paragok gave me this a few years ago, and I used it on I don't even know what I had the character's name is. It was some version of Yurd. This was my first Shadow Knight. No, Zerd. Zerd is the one who got it, and then I used this at level 70. And then, it got shuffled around to like all, storage alts. And then I was like, you know what? I found it. And I'm like, this is a nice weapon. So this is like in-game, what is it called? What expansion? Omens of War. And it's like the one-hander, and the two-hander is like the epic. So it's definitely nice there. So we're going to claim that for another Gouda. So we can't wear anything but the bracer yet. So let's go ahead and put the bracer on, swap that in. That can be tributed. We'll put this, I have a bag here with raid stuff. Now I've already claimed that. These are things we're going to claim in the future. I already have. And then we'll put these ones over here for safekeeping. And all right, so that's good. We got that now. 4 Goudas. So let's see if we can eat 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. 3 Goudas left. Now, on one of my videos, someone said Jane's Veil is worth 2 Goudas, and I'm too inclined to agree. So I'm going to eat 1 more Gouda. And there we go. We have 2 Goudas left. So kind of taking some of our items, but at the same time, I think it's gonna, it's definitely a fair trade. All right, so now we can go to the tribute guy here. Now we have swift arms. We do not need swift arms anymore. We have 41% haste by default. We're gonna go with, what do we have here? Strength of body, suffering, that, and that. I want, there's one that makes dots cast faster. I think that's gonna be the one we want for now until we get the item focus. See your sight. Proof damage. I just can't remember the name of it. That's the downside. there's somewhere in here. It's like suffering, twinge of pain. Here we go. Reduces the cast time of long-term detrimental spells by 33%. Let's upgrade that real quick. And let's go check and see if that actually tingles when we cast it. And then I did put an ornamentation on my sword. I didn't really like the way it looked. So, all right. So spells, we'll just cast that. That seems faster. My flawed combat band flickers. What's that one? Mana preservation. All right. Blood of pain. My plate bracer tingled. Burning affliction. I have burning affliction 3 there. All right. Let's go with it. Let's go with it for now. I'll have to like. Wait, do I even? I guess yeah. I didn't even have. I didn't even have it activated. All right, so there we go. Now, if I cast, your benefit feels alive. All right, so. Oh yeah, that feels much faster. Look at that. It's like quarter of the time. What is that? Blood boil. Yeah, 1 point. Oh yeah. Okay, we're set on that. Now the reason for that is because I do like I want to be able to get the dots on there as soon as possible, so that we're back into swinging as soon as possible, because our melee is obviously doing a lot of damage. And we'll go ahead and attribute that. Hopefully that was the right item. Yeah, I clicked donate. I don't. Can I not donate this item? Oh, I've reached the favor cap. Never mind. Go down there for now. All right. So we got all that done. We are level 60. We want to get to 65 over the next few episodes. So I've updated the EQRNG a little bit. You can now exclude mission zones. You can also pick the expansion and some other stuff. So let's do 60 to 65. I also added more data, and I'm still updating the data. There's a lot of data to be updated. Like it's a lot of stuff. Go ahead and do that. And we got Crypt of Decay. So this is a Plains of Power zone. 60 to 65. It's not a mission. There we go. And I know some people reported these as bugs. I do not have the maps yet. I have not gone through and done that. That's just how that thing shows that stuff. All right. Quickest way to Crypt of Decay is going to be clicking this thing here. I think that's all I needed to do. I'm trying to think here. When you like, I've been playing. Like, I got the wizard persona up to 120, and I gotta get the do the video for that. But every time you switch personas, like, it suspends your mercenary and it does all kinds of stuff. So it's and it turns off your tribute. So there's a lot of little steps you got to do every time. All right, and then this is just my pet. I clicked on something. I was looking at illusions and seeing what kind of cosmetic junk I had, but it wasn't there. And then the sword, you kind of see here, it looks pretty badass. This is, I believe, the Outer Brood. Yeah, the Outer Brood Azure Scale pre-order thing, right? I think I was running around on Hobbs with this one. This is like the best one this guy had. Like, I don't know, for some reason I don't have very many two-hander cosmetics on this guy. Now, I do have about 50 to 60 prizes in my dragon storage, and probably another 50 crates just from like saving them over the years. So expect a crate video at some point where I open up all these heritage crates and stuff that I've just like when you do this, right, and you click your neighbor and you claim your stuff, it gives you an option. You're like, hey, do you want to claim one of these crates? And you can get these crates, and then inside these crates they have all kinds of different things, right? Not that I'm trying to sell those. I'm just saying I got a bunch of them, and I'm probably gonna do a video. I did one on in Elder Scrolls Online. I did a crate opening video. Like, I had a lot of crates, and that's just pure wasted money. But I don't know. I got them. You get them free here because you claim them instead of that, and because there was back when I was claiming them, right? There was nothing in the store I needed, right? I didn't need hero. What are they called? The storage things for the trade skill thing. Now that's where I spend all my tokens on that. I grab more slots, more slots, more slots. All right, let's click into here. We're gonna switch the mercenary to DPS. I don't think we're gonna need any healing in this place. The experience bonus is over, I believe at this point. We can check the calendar, but it is it's July 12th now. And yeah, so I think it's over. Callan. Yeah, it's been over, I guess. It doesn't even show up on the calendar at all. It's like it never happened. Bonuses. No bonuses for you. All right, so let's switch this mercenary back to Admiral Swine. Here we go. And let's get this guy right here. Level 60 right off the bat. What are we dealing with here? Not bad. After playing, so I've been playing Hobbs, right? Like this video should come out after 2 videos of Hobbs and Friends, and I've been playing, Hobbs a little, trying to level them up. I got them all at 120. Like I said, I got this persona there, and mostly to like familiarize myself with some of the Shadow Knight stuff, like at the higher end, because I was kind of forgetting, and definitely. Definitely missing the like near instant cast everything, so that is something. All right, so this isn't too bad, right? Like we had AA experience on, so this should work. Let's make sure he's on burn, and we should be fine. We shouldn't like really take any damage. I'm assuming we can like pull as much as we want and not have any issues, so we'll see how that goes here in a second. So we should, like, if we take a look at our thing, we should have 191 haste, which should be the right amount. And we're missing hit points from something. I guess I had buffs before. We do want... Where is it here? I'm gonna go with the mana proc. I think that's the one I want right now. There we go. That over, because you can see here, I'm not going to take any damage, and it isn't in my best interest to keep my mana up, because I will eventually run out of stuff. Now we're getting 3% a kill so far, so that's not bad. You know, a little slow on the kill time here, but I think it'll get faster once we get past these fake zombie things here. Get some damage going. Do I have an experience potions on me? I do have 4. Let's go ahead and click one. Why not? Why not, right? helps to get it to actually click. That'll increase this to like 3.5% or something like that. Oh, there we go. We got multiples. Let me change my target here to solo. When you change personas, it apparently does not change your extended target, which I would assume it does, because you have different extended targets for your personas, right? So it's just odd that it doesn't switch them or clear it to nothing, you know. You know, I think we're missing clarity. Yeah. We had the Shadow Knight buff. That's not as good as clarity. Let's go with you. Now we want to get to 65, because I'm ready to go into, the higher level raids, and I feel like that's just going to be the smart choice, right? We're going to get to the point where it's a little bit harder to start, doing these things. Like, we've gotten extremely lucky, I think, with some of the stuff. Jane's Veil is a good carry, right? It's a good low level carry, and we're going to get to the point where the mobs are hitting all the way through that, 500 point damage shield, and they're going to be like, you know what, you're done. And that's when we're going to really start seeing some more action. I think it's going to be Kale. I don't think it's going to be Vindicator. I think it's going to be Tormax. He's going to be hitting for 1,000 plus, I think, almost guaranteed. Especially with our current terrible AC of 599. Like I think I had more on a TOP on my warrior in classic than that. So definitely as we get more gear and stuff like that, the damage will go down. But I don't feel like we have a really good gear set yet to really take those big hits. Now I'm estimating that we're gonna need anywhere between 20 to 25,000 hit points for some stuff, so we're gonna have to get that up pretty soon. Via a lot of the other stuff, and once we get like the 65 AAs, those will really kick up some stuff. But we really need to be getting, full full grade gear for this whatever this raid was, right? I can't even say the names; they make no sense. But Gates of Discord. So we will be doing that, and then I'm also going to add a cheese. Well, we have the cheese option, right? We're going to add a wine option for doing group related things. The solo that that might be a little on the challenging side. Because eventually we're going to get to the point where we can not do raids anymore, but we can do group missions, right? And so if we can do a group mission, then we can get a wine, and then use a wine to buy a group tier item. As like a filler spot. Like right now, if let's say I did something and I needed a new breastplate, I could go use that to get something like a group tier, like an Intricate Defiant or something like that. I think that'll help fill in the slots a little faster, and let us kind of do some of that stuff. And then we can use those for trade skill items too, like when we get to 106. I'm going to want a little bit of conflagrant armor, right? Probably to fill any spots that are not, top tier. So, that's going to be something that's going to be kind of nice to have. We can have a, bunch of wines. It's going to be easier to get wines. It's only a one-time thing, though. Like, I can't just go kill Zelandikar over and over again and get a bunch of wines. I gotta do, the thing. And I mean, like, the group mission Zelandikar from Calls of Ishin. Right? So, we gotta do it that way. And I think that'll make it a little bit, more, at least interesting. This guy's rare. Nice. Now, this is a fantastic place if you are a paladin, because paladins can just, like, almost one-shot every single thing here. Except a few mobs that are, you think they're undead, but they're not. So, definitely, there. And I guess my pet died at some point. I swear that guy is he's just a weak little guy, not doing much. You know what, I'm not even dotting him. I spent all that time like getting that, and I'm not even really paying attention to actually doing the mechanics here. Oh, it's cast so much faster. Look at that. That is so beautiful. All right, what do we get here? We got a Corpse Shroud Shaw, which we cannot use. Tribute to it would be. And if we're lucky, the Carpent Cycle thing might be up, and we might be able to get a little looty. But we'll see how that goes. had to double check that I went to the right zone. I was looking over the Runes of Loboxium. What? What is that? There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. What are we? We're getting 4 or 5% per. We're getting almost 61, so that's really good. But it's gonna be a few episodes. I think like I'm estimating. Like I haven't like I have a Trello board where I like plan out all the episodes, and I have a marker board where I have like I write down, you know, the things I need to do immediately. And I got, you know, the next 5 episodes written down, and I'm planning out 3 of those to get to 65. But I don't know exactly how many it's gonna take. I figure if I can get a level every 30 minutes, you know, like I think that's kind of like what I'm expecting, but I don't think it's gonna really go that far. Maybe during the experience bonus if I would have played a little more, but let's do other things. All right, this is a few mobs here. Not too bad, not too bad. Obviously group content is always going to be easy for this guy until the mobs start hitting for 100k. So I think that should be a good indication of how strong a Shadow Knight is. But at 4% per, I'm okay. I'm okay with this. There we go. Let's get another dot on here. Doesn't look like I can land disease dots on these guys very well, so it's a matter of getting them all dotted up. Helps to turn on auto attack though. If we go to spell damage, kind of see it. It's about 100 per tick on almost all these. There we go. Try not to cast as many life taps as we're not really needing them. So it looks like some stuff is getting through. Like 13 points of damage got through. So that's kind of interesting. So we're almost to that point where, you know, it's just not going to do anything anymore. But I think as we go into like some of the stuff, like I was looking, because like I've been doing the EQ RNG thing, right? And there are so many missions that I've never even heard of, and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do some of them, right? Like, I haven't decided what expansion it is, but you know, we're in Plains of Power now, and this is like, these two aren't even related to Plains of Power. Like, these are like some other Plane of War thing that came later. But the Signet of the Arcane, now this will give us a nice earring, and it's all trade skill based. So we already have max trade skill, so I think this might be something we work on, and I believe it's required for something else I want to do later on anyway. So the only thing you need is you need full Planes of Power progression for the NPC to talk to you. But I think we can definitely work towards that and complete that item. I mean, I don't know if it'll be an upgrade when we get it, but it, you know, definitely pay it forward and give it to Hobbs or something when I start them out, you know, over as, you know, low levels, or just like, you know, literally keep it on this guy for the low level. But it's definitely a nice earring for like a level 1. There we go. Very nice. Doesn't look like the Carpent cycle things up, so maybe you can only get that in Agent of Change now, or somebody comes through and kills it. I could see that too. Go. Not too bad, not too bad. Almost there. No, I did not buy spells. which is fine. I don't think I'm gonna need any of those spells, but some of them are, I think, nice for a new life tap and stuff like that, especially for this slow casting life leech we're casting right now. That's the only reason I have that on my bar is so that I'm not spamming life tap. But I guess I could get rid of that and just do spear life tap. But I wanted it in a very specific order, so gotta do what you gotta do. There we go. I like this. I like this sword on the gnome. Like on the ogre, it looks pretty cool because he's so big, but it looks really good on the gnome too. So it's kind of nice. I was hoping I had more, but like I might have something else like a claim. But that was just already in my bag. Let me see here. I wish it was easier to find. What is Crucible Steel? What does that one look like? Oh, that might be fun to play with later. That's only a 3 claim. Golden Gleam. BIP Fippy Fest. Oh, that one's kind of nice. Royal Azure Blade. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's like the same thing, just different color. Scarlet Ember. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I wonder if that can that be turned into a two-hander? No, that cannot be turned into a two-hander. Some of them that you can click on them and turn them into different ones, but guess not this one. Yeah. Tons of these. Tons of junk. Absolute tons of junk on this character. Now, I guess we can look here. Appearances. Weapon ornamentations. Two-handed slash. There we go. Now, so what I want is like a nice axe. I like axes. Like that's cool. Like I have that already somewhere. Somebody. But these just don't look. I mean, that looks so ridiculous. Like they don't look like what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? It's hard to say. Oh, here's another rare. Like, yeah, they don't have that wow factor that I'm looking for. I just don't know why they don't update this stuff at all. Like this could be like a monthly updated transmog thing, and maybe there's like some kind of memory limitation. They can't add more junk to the global global tables or something like that, because obviously there has to be some kind of global table for all these things to be loaded in every single zone, right? I feel like that's how this system works, because I remember back in the day they talked about how they couldn't add more than a certain amount of mobs types to a zone because of those kind of weird limitations. But Decayed chain links, again, nothing we can use. And then I think that's just a vendor item. Let's grab this guy. Go away, Duolingo. Go away. Go. Maybe put a snare on these things, maybe? Yeah, it's a little extra damage. He doesn't swing it like a two-hander though. He still uses it like a spear, which is kind of weird. I just noticed it. I wish he would swing it like a two-hander, right? Like it should change, like a two-handed sword, not like a little thrust. Maybe that's just the two-handed slashing animation for gnome. I've just never paid attention. Go, let's get him snared too, because Seemed like it was a nice little extra bit of damage. Now, I'm going to try to get a shrinking item. I don't think I have one I can just, like, you know, trade for a Gouda. So I think we're going to have to farm one. For some reason, I never did the anniversary quest on this guy for the ancient ring or whatever it is, but there's a few other items I think we can go pick up. So that is going to probably be something I kind of get, so I can shrink this this guy down a little bit. I think he might look hilarious as a mini pig. But I did get asked a few times where I got him, and the best I can tell is they in the store they offered the Veil of Alaris expansion, like they're doing. Well, they were doing the Torment of Velius one, and they offered that at some point in the last 5 or 6 years. And I bought it, and he was included in it because when I looked it up, I got to Bonds is a mercenary illusion site, and on there, that's where it says it comes from. So that's the best I could figure it out. So I know I've gotten a lot of questions about where I got him and where he's from. Now I think there's another one you can get. That's an illusion item where you can turn yourself into like a half-naked pig, and I'm actually considering not buying, but farming that one, and that apparently drops in any Veil of Alaris zone where these pigs are. You can get the that item, so that is going to be something we kind of go for here, I think. But yeah, I'm kind of good about the decision about adding the wine. I think any group mission we do solo, right? Like obviously we can't do them solo because it won't let us zone in without 3 characters in most cases. But you know, we can go in like that and do it. I think it'd be fine. All right, so we hit 61. Let's see here. We got planar power, so that should increase our hit points significantly by increasing our stamina cap. Harm touch. We gained theft of life, which grants your instant duration healing abilities and lifetime spells. This 3% chance to score an exceptional, so we can now get exceptional life taps. We have run speed 5 now, lung capacity 5, pack rat, a natural durability, battle ready, burst of power, and burst of power 2. So we should do more damage. Now these things are blue. Let's see how bad they are experience wise. I didn't think they'd all go blue. I thought they were yellow just a second ago, but maybe I wasn't paying that close attention. Let's see, you're smashing. So we were hitting 607 was our max hit before. I just saw 608. So I felt like he died fast. Definitely half the experience though. Oof. Oh man, might be a new zone every level. Yeah, that was about 30 minutes to get 61. So if we do another 30 minutes, we should get 62. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we'll get 61 and a half in the next 30. But we'll fight all the way through, all the way back through here. Maybe go over to this side. I don't know. 608 seems to be our new max hit. Yeah, there's a bunch in here. Perfect. I love that affliction haste. I think that's going to be very helpful. And now it's going to be on an item somewhere. Like it has to be on there. Next time I log Hobbs in, I am going to make Nomgard the guild leader so I can set up guild tribute. So I can do that also. Now, I don't know how exactly the guild tribute works compared to the normal tribute, but if it's the same concept, right? where you just take stuff. You put items in, right? I can go do Zalandikar and put in 500,000 like almost instantly, and it should be fine. But I would, if it like gives the same stuff, right? It looked like it gives combinations too. Like you get spell haste and haste or something, to that effect, which would be kind of nice to see and have. Definitely, there's another platinum item. Be able to like, get more of those benefit in that, right? So that'd be nice. And plus that'll, be nice for our stats for when, in these raids and stuff like that. You'll always have that running. I'm not concerned about the cost in any possible way. And I think we can dump enough items in there. I don't know if the cap is because like the cap on normal tribute is like the 2.5 million, right? It's that, whatever that is, whatever that actual cap is. I think it's the same as like the platinum cap. So definitely, not that hard of a number to hit, especially if you do it on these old raids with stuff that you can just throw in there, or the current content stuff that just it doesn't sell for more than a few hundred platinum. You just buy it all up and just tribute it, or just give it straight platinum. I don't think it really matters, but you get more bang for your buck with some of these older items, like the Trachanon Kunark breastplates and the Vidrail Sathir legs. They're both worth 15,000 tribute each, so they're a really nice little item to farm and give, right? Gets it up pretty quick. And if I'm not mistaken, the stuff in Sleeper's Tomb will tribute, not like the primals or anything like that, but the actual order stuff should tribute, because it's tradable. So we'll see how that goes, because it's not good enough to sell and whatnot. I've been splitting my stuff that I get from here. Like I give all the Defiant stuff to Hobbs sales, so it's goes for like 1 platinum. But anything I'm getting that's like worth anything, I've been kind of trying to hoard platinum. As you can see, we started with like 20 million, now we're at 43 million. I'm trying to get up a nice little bank. I think I have another 50 million like across all my other characters and stuff, and on my traders and stuff. So like I think I have enough to, like, when we get to the point we can start buying the raid gear. I think that'll be we'll be able to make some nice key purchases and stuff. And luckily there's always someone like running old raids and stuff doing that kind of thing, so we should be able to get some nice items. Like I have Lorian's Song raid weapons for Shadow Knight. I have those, the 2-hander, I believe I have the 1-hander and all that, so those will be nice. Those are 125, but the Outer Brood stuff's better. And then in the next expansion, the 130 cap is going to just blow everything away. So it's gonna be interesting to see how big it goes from Outer Brood 125 to the normal stuff. Like if you take a tier 3 group Outer Brood breastplate for, say, Shadow Knight, and you compare it against the best raid one from Outer Brood, it's a 5,000 HP difference. 5,000 HP. Now, if you add that across all the items, right? You got all these items, right? That's like over 200k hit points sometimes, depending on all that. It was a 400 AC difference between the raid and the group gear. Now that to me is ridiculous. Like that is they need to buff the group gear to be closer to the raid gear, in all honesty. Like it should not be 5,000 hit points per piece difference. It should be, closer to, maybe 2,500 I think would be acceptable. But 5,000 is just ridiculous. So that's, that's an itemization issue, I think, that, which makes sense. You see a lot of people saying, oh, I can do this and that with my, solo character in full raid gear. Yeah, you have better you have better gear than in almost anything. And the previous tier raid gear is still better than the group gear. So it's, there needs to be some itemization changes there, I think, to really make it a little bit more fair to rating and non-rating, because it is like night and day. Huge numbers difference. Like, it's crazy. And don't even look at the DPS on the weapons. That's crazy too. All right. I cannot land snare on this guy for any reason at all. I lost a buff. I think it was just that one. Now, like, I did like a wish list of things, and I really wish this was like easier to know what I'm missing, right? Like, I don't want to have to use Gina. I hate Gina. It's a terrible program. I hate using it, and I think that having to use a third party, like this is something I don't get. Like, to me, third-party software is anything that interacts with the game. Gina interacts with the game. Other third-party stuff all interact with the game, and I shouldn't need any third-party stuff to play this game. Like, to be able to do this with my window, where I can click in and out, like I'm clicking on my other desktop, right? I have to use a third-party piece of software, because when I do it in the normal client, it just minimizes the whole thing, making it terrible to like record videos, right? Like, that's why I use ISBoxer with a single character. It controls everything, and I don't have to worry about, these dumb windowing issues that, don't exist on modern games, and for the most part. And, I used to have this binary that would change the full screen setting, and I use that on TLPs, but it doesn't work on the new client. And what it does is it lets you do the windowed full screen, where it's literally a window, but it's full screen in the sense that you can't see the rest of the window, right? It's kind of nice, and it's a better way to really have to deal with some of this stuff. But oh my gosh, it's a pretty big frustration when you're trying to record the game and you can't get it out of, you can't like click over to anything, you can't do anything, like messes up with Discord and all kinds of nonsense. It just isn't pleasant, and I don't like playing in windowed mode if for some reason it just doesn't feel right. There we go. But yeah, that's just my complaints for the day. as we work towards 62. We're making good time, I think. 45, 3% per. The experience potion's working pretty good there. I've lost some buffs, and it looks to me I lost everything. Yeah, we're gonna have to rebuff after this. I just realized we don't have the mana proc. That's why our mana's down. Losing clarity. Probably lost haste. But I did try a new game last week, or the week before, the Ardarian Online, and that's pretty fun. Like, the alpha test is going on right now, but they were having some stability issues yesterday with, record numbers of people trying to play. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like, it's a fun game. I wish it was a little faster, and I think that's gonna probably be the biggest complaint that they get is they're trying to emulate something that made sense back in the day, and it doesn't really make sense now. Old style Everquest does not work very well now with the attention spans of people there. Let's buff up. Alrighty, I think we got enough buffs now that we can make some attempts here on getting more experience. Come on, why am I not? There we go. Recast time. But yeah, this has definitely been a fun experience, and I'm trying to think of ways to make sure it can go all the way. So I was like the week this video comes out, it should, like, right now my estimate is a Wednesday the 23rd, because next week, like today's the 12th, so the 14th or the 18th, I'm going to be busy with something unrelated to gaming, and I will not be able to make videos. So I already made that week's videos, and then I made some Hobbs and Friends videos, and I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to deliver as well as I wanted to for the week of the 21st, right? So I did, it's going to be like 2 Hobbs and Friends videos and then 3 Gnome Regard videos with some how I play videos is the current goal. And I feel like that's going to be fine for kind of like what we're doing, but let's just grab a few of these for fun. But it's going to, probably be a little slow that week. And then ideally I want to do Gnome Regard in the morning, Hobbs and Friends in the afternoon kind of thing, unless there's a different, video for the afternoon. And then that's kind of like the gist of the goal. But it's going to start slow. The Hobbs and Friends they're going to get 125 before I reboot them into Warrior, Shaman, Bard for starting over at level 1. And, Gnome Regard here is going to become a Shaman in that, because I'm dropping down to 3 accounts. I'm going through right now, and, it takes a while to like clear accounts out, right? Like to go through and consolidate stuff and, send items off to, different bizarre mules and stuff like that, just to get rid of them and stuff like that. But I think that is, kind of be the goal, right? We're gonna go, I think, Ogre Shaman, I think, on this guy. I was gonna do like a solo Shaman, and then I realized that would be as boring as possible, right? Like it's it's fun when you're playing the character, right? It's not that's boring. It's just, it's literally less fun than this. I'm going to be casting, just some dots and standing there until it dies with maybe a tank mercenary until the tank mercenary can't do it anymore. And then it's going to be root rotting and then stuff like that. So like I was going to do a solo Shaman guy, but it's not going to be something fun. But I think with Warrior, Shaman, Bard, which Warrior's like, I feel like Warrior's like one of my favorite classes. I always pick Warrior on TLPs because I like tanking, and I like that, and I kind of like that the Warrior is a little bit simpler. And then what really sold me on it is watching Blarp play his Persona Warrior. Oh my god. This guy, Blarp is probably one of the best players I've ever played with. But when he plays his Warrior, it is insane. He can pull. Like, here, let's go to one of the zones real quick. I want. This is hard to explain with just words. Where the hell are they? Outer Brood. Here we go. Was it this zone? No, it's not that zone. Theater of Eternity. Yeah. Okay. Over here. So this is an Outer Brood zone. These are these barnacle things, right? He can grab his Warrior and just like literally pull all this junk at once and tank it with a Shaman healer. Just insane, the sheer tanking power. And he's doing like 1 million to 2, 1.5 million to 2 million DPS the whole time with one character. While he heals himself with his Shaman out of group most of the time because he's power leveling people. And like it just I want to I want to try the warrior. You know, at the high end, my highest warrior is 120, and then that's like I power leveled him, and he's completely naked on a free to play account now. I used to have it as a gold account, but he's free to play now. And my previous warrior before that was I think 70. I think there's an 85 warrior somewhere that was heroic, but that was the one I took from Agnar and moved to Bristlebane, and I think now it is on Drenell. But yeah, like I wanna do it. They're not gonna get tweaked like the way that I tweaked them when I started it. I'm gonna give them weapons, and that's it. Like I got some really cool warrior drops in my last Sasara run. So I'm like, you know what? That might be fun. You know, I got a Blood Frenzy, and I got a Hate Giver, and I got, you know, the Blade of Carnage from the Avatar War. I got Jaylene's Katana, and there's some other stuff, right? I got a whole warrior full. I got a warrior full of all kinds of warrior gear. And like, if I just do weapons, I think it'll be fun. I'm not gonna do like the raids and stuff that I'm doing with Nomergard. I'm gonna save those because the lockouts, right? Like I won't be able to do it, but like I'm gonna focus, you know, on just leveling and then picking a zone to do the you know, all the content in. And I think the content, like from what I'm like, it's gonna be achievement based, right? And from what I can tell, that kind of starts maybe at Depths of Dark Hollow. There's a lot of missions there, like I don't know, but we're gonna find one and we're gonna go, like we're gonna 100% one of these older ones. I haven't decided which one yet. If you have a recommendation on a zone or an expansion, 200%, let me know, because we do have like part of Seeds of Destruction done on Hobbs is going to be further along than Nomergard, and we'll probably, you know, get them all caught up, but the Seeds of Destruction is one I'm going to do because I want to get all those quests done, and the 40 items that you have to like use to turn into something. I need to get all those bones and shards turned in. Like I want to clear out some bag space, right? Now I was thinking Underfoot would be a nice potential because we did House of Thule. Well, what? Okay, quests like we 100%. House of Thule, except for these last few bits. Maybe we'll go in and go do those on the way, and it'd probably be easier with 3 characters. I think the only reason I didn't finish it is because it got to the point of tedium that was kind of annoying for 6 characters. But I think Underfoot's a good candidate. Secrets of Fuedor doesn't really, like, I don't see anything. Like there's nothing. It's got a missions category. It's got there's nothing there. Now, it's not because I didn't complete them. I don't know. Maybe they just don't show up right away. Like, I don't know. That one, that would be a potential. Buried Sea, there's a lot of stuff here. Now, there's a lot to do in the Buried Sea. And those are all achievements in a different category, though, which makes a little less sense than you would actually think it would. In the hero's journey, which you know Nomergard has already done, the majority of, there's a lot of stuff to do. Like, we didn't finish these, so these are something Nomergard's going to go finish up when we get to these, you know, this level, right? Let's see here. Let me look. Let me see what they are. Maybe we can go do them. Let's see. I don't know what these are. Yeah, there's a few things in here. What's the reward for this? Oh, an intricate soldier neck. Nice. What's this one? Shoulders. What? All right. We might do these. These says 60 plus. I'll have to look those up and see what they actually are. There's like always some nuance to these things. Oh, 60 plus. Oh yeah. See here. Wait for, like, I haven't figured out how to do this one. Right. This is just so you can use the teleporter and guild lobby to like go to all the different Eldon camps. And There's some Dragons and Norath stuff there. But then there's a whole thing here. There's more here, full intricate armor right here. Jeez. Hello. All right, so next episode, we're not going to do random. We're going to go do the steps, I think. 61. I think that's, I'll have to look this up a little bit more. There could have been a reason why I did not do those other than, I just didn't want to. Like, you know, you come to some quests and it's like, oh, good luck with your 40-hour camp. Good luck. So we'll have to see what those are. Maybe we'll do those real quick as a little side quest. And then, so yeah, like the hero's journey, I've pretty much done almost everything. Special tasks. Yeah, so we finished that. That should unlock that. Now there's, I think some of them aren't seen because there's certain level requirements and stuff like that. Conquest here. Oh yeah, this is a pretty easy one. We should probably do that one too. It's just a matter of like going and picking something up and turning it in. It's really easy. It's just tedious because there's like 30 steps. But I'm like totally going the wrong way here. It's this way. And then I think it's back up here. There we go. We got some mobs. All right, let's pull all these guys. Get them all. Right over here. Yeah, you too. Come on. Come on. Going up here. And we'll stand right here. And let me set myself as roles because I think they, what you call it, is out there jerking around doing its own thing. There we go. Now this will take like advantage of our Jane's Veil's damage shield of 100 points. So we're not going to take any damage, but definitely I want this one. There he is. Get these leveled up. Oh my god. That's stuns, like just pure unadulterated stuns constantly. Alright, we lost a buff. What did we lose? Ah, we're losing our proc. But yeah, so there's some options. I think going to looking at would be fine. Like this one here, like obviously look at how many steps this thing has. So that one, you know, maybe we'll go back and do too. Like knock all this out. What's the reward for completing the hero's journey? Calls upon the will of the council. Birth attacks on your foe. Every 5 minutes. A shroud of the council. Oh, an illusion of a draken. Oh. Snap dapple. Where? Oh, 62. Jeez. All right, what do we get here? Eminence, spell resistance, planar power, finishing blow, combat fury, combat agility, combat stability, double riposte, more damage, more damage, more damage, and more defensive. So we'll probably do those. I don't think I did any of that on Hobbs, so I don't think we'll worry about the hero's journey stuff on him. But definitely going to, you know, be picking a specific expansion. Maybe Alaris might be worth doing. And 100%ing it, right? From start to finish, every quest and every mission and stuff like that. I think that, to me, that's fun. And, you know, it lets me plan, you know, plan the videos a little better. And I kind of know where I'm going, right? Like, because I don't, like, 62, this is as far as I'm getting in this video, right? Like, after this pull, like, it's probably done. And you know, we're just getting smashed here. And we'll probably, I'm going to look at that step stuff, because that's a bunch of item upgrades right there. Like, that replaces half our gear. So if those are trivial enough to do without like, you know, significant camps, we'll head off to the steps for a little bit. Skip a random zone. Ooh, an 818 critical. 617, that's our new high, a normal hit. Nice. It's not bad with the level up there. Getting our skills up a little bit more. Trying to cast dots, but I am stunned so much. And these are 2.5% experience now, so it's not too bad, right? Like, we're gonna get, you know, a good 20% into this level before we're done here, killing all this stuff. But I think we could do better. So if there's an expansion that you'd like to see that we have not done, right? Like, we've done, you know, a lot of these. And we did Empires of Kunar, Ring of Scale. Let me know, and I'll try to do it 100%. And that'll be in the Hobbs and Friends series, most likely. But Gnome Regard is a part of that, so, you know, it's going to be... You'll see him there, too. I don't know about soloing a whole expansion. That might be a little bit more effort than I want to put into it. Because ideally, I want to get 125 and then focus on, you know, progressing through the highest expansion we can get to solo. So that's kind of like the goal, or, you know, killing raids along the way, just, you know, to get some stuff to help us out. But ideally, it's you know, get to max level and try to progress the ones that are the hardest ones. Like, I think at 130, we might be able to do, like, you know, a 110 raid, maybe. I feel like that could be an option, which would be, like, Burning Lands or Ring of Scale, so... I think that would be kind of fun, in all honesty. Getting some of that stuff and then going through it. Actually, let's kill that one. He's way lower. 940 critical. Oof. I'm surprised none of these are like healing each other. Like, usually that's the problem, is these things are like chain healing each other. And like a paladin just chain stuns them. But it looks like we're having fun today. For sure. Go. And Blood of Pain. Nice. All right. What do we end up with? We are 20% in, like I said. Perfect. And there we go. And I think that's a good stopping place for today. For this episode anyway. I might look up at this step stuff and see where that is going to take us. But for the most part, 62. That kind of puts us on track for 63 and 64 in the next episode. But depending what this step stuff is, it might be prolong that. But there we go. So we got some stuff. We got some, you know, levels. I'm gonna go buy spells and get all that updated, get all the rest of the spells and get all that going. And then we'll meet back up on the next episode, which should be tomorrow, based on my current calendar calculations. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.